from just polar, and still it all fit.
I mean, I think a lot of that was luck. It was just, I mean, because when I did that, from Ball with the Ball to that album, and then came with Picture, I remember the head of the record company at that time told me, like, that was probably going to kill my career.
Yeah, they pray I crash. Bury my sins in a 6-foot ditch, but they claw right back like a hellborn flinch. I ain't sleeping, just watching the dark. Got my pistol loaded and a flame in my heart. Shadow in the mirror, got a crooked grin that says, boy, you're mine, let the games begin. These are my darkest fears. I ride with ghosts each night. Hear the whispers in the fog, they tell me not to fight. Demons at the crossroads, blood on my gears. I ain't running no more, I'm trying to free my darkest fears. Crows on the wire, watching me sweat. Each mile I ride is a lifelong bet. Bottles in the floorboard, cross on the dash. Dreams full of fire and a nightmare flash. Voices in static, calling my name, saying Roadjack, boy, you'll never change. But I ain't looking for peace no more. I made a deal with the storm when I slammed that door. These are my darkest fears. I ride with ghosts each night. Hear the whispers in the fog, they tell me not to fight. Demons at the crossroads, blood on my gears. I ain't running no more, I'm trying to do my darkest fears. Ashes on my boots, rust on my soul. Hearts don't beat when the reapers patrol. Tattooed truth on my knuckles in black. Born for war, and no way back. Preacher said hell ain't far from here. Told him hell's been right in my rear view clear. Chains on my wrist, but I broke that fate. Now I'm baptized in fire with a pitchfork grace. Ashes on my boots, rust on my soul. Hearts don't beat when the reapers patrol. Tattooed truth on my knuckles in black. Born for war and no way back. Pressure said hell ain't far from here. Told him hell's been right in my rear view clear. Chains on my wrist, but I broke that fate. Now I'm baptized in fire with a pitchfork face. These are my darkest fears. I ride with ghosts each night. Hear the whispers in the fog, they tell me not to fight. Demons at the crossroads, blood on my gears. I'm just in my lungs, fire in my throat, in my throat. I think a lot of that was luck, it was done. I mean, because when I did that from Ball with the Ball to that album, and then came with a picture. I remember the head of the record on that time told me like that was probably gonna kill my crew. Dust in my lungs, fire in my throat. Grim Reaper smile is my overcoat. Every mile I ride to Requiem hymn. Sins on the speakers, face turned grim. Eyes in the cornfields, glad like knives. Gotta kill my past just to stay alive. This ain't a warning, it's a bloodstained creed. I'm the outlaw king of the demon breed. These are my darkest fears. I ride with ghosts each night. Hear the whispers in the fog, they tell me not to fight. Demons at the crossroads, blood on my gears. I ain't running no more, I'm driving through my darkest fears. Satan tried to sign me with a smile and charm, but I spit in his face with a tattooed arm. Told him I'm Roadjack, steal and sin. You don't own a man who was born to win. I ain't scared of your fire since I learned my name. I'm driving through my darkest fears. Satan tried to sign me with a smile and charm, but I spit in his face with a tattooed arm. Told him I'm a Roadjack, still and said, you don't own a man who was born to win. I ain't scared of your fire or your flames. I've been burning alive since I learned my name. Put my fears on the dash, let the wind blow cold. I got nothing but rage and a heart of gold. These are my darkest fears. I ride with ghosts each night. Hear the whispers in the fall. They tell me not to fight. Demons at the crossroads, blood on my kids. I ain't running no more. I'm driving through my darkest fears. Final ride, I see the end up ahead with a crooked cross hanging over the dead, but I ain't slowing down. I punch through fate, let the devil wait behind them gates. My soul ain't clean, but it's mine to keep, and I'll burn before I bow or sleep.